Hello and welcome to another episode of me painting again. Oh yes, we're painting again. And I found this in my paints. Some lovely turquoise. And I thought, a little bit of white in there. And this turquoise could work nice for a sky. Something a little bit different. So I put some cerulean blue on first because I was going to use that. I wonder what that'd be like with it. Let's see. It's quite interesting actually. So I might use my sky, a little bit of cerulean blue in with the turquoise. And I'll have my sky and my and some white in it as well. And we'll have some water. So I'm going to do a bit of an autumn scene because it's autumn. So it makes sense, doesn't it, to do an autumn scene? Put some of this colour on here. It's not really showing very well on the camera, so I'm just going to change it a second. Okay, so that's a bit closer to what I'm seeing. I just messed around with the settings on the camera. Always looks slightly different on camera though, doesn't it? So then the water, I'm going to have water flowing around here. And then I'm going to have it coming round there. Get some more of this colour. Yeah, this is one of the colours that I bought when I was buying paints, when I first started painting. Just shows how well the paints last, doesn't it? Seem to last forever. Some of the paints that I first bought have dried out, but quite a lot seem to make it. But yeah, it was one of those colours, and I thought, oh, of course, I'm going to need a turquoise. You know, when you first start painting, you think you're going to need loads of colours, don't you? And you forget that you can mix a lot of them, and then of course a lot of them you barely use, especially if you paint in reality. You barely use a lot of the colours. But anyway, I didn't know that at the time, so I bought this, and now I can enjoy it. Because now I'm in sort of I just enjoy painting, and I like to experiment with different paints and stuff, and it just adds a bit of fun to it, doesn't it? When you've got a new colour to mess around with. Just adds to the fun. I'll have that going down there. Something like that. I'm gonna have trees here, so start putting in some dark. I also found I got a purple as well. It's purple here. I wonder if I can make a dark using these two. I need sort of a brown as well. I might put this in just to get it started. I think I do need a brown. Anyway, let's see. Maybe we don't. Maybe we could just use colours that we don't normally use and just see what happens. It's kind of nice, isn't it? This purple. So I've got some trees here. Then we're going to have some grass going down there. Tell you what, this is a really good colour for like a seascape and you was going to do some distant hills and things. It would look really good, this would. This colour. And then we've got some trees back here as well. I've got that in. It's quite nice. I'm going to do the other side. Get quite a dark colour as well on this side. I'm going to have a tree that grows there. I might use a bit more of the purple on this side. Maybe I'll do some purple and red. That'll make a nice colour. And we've got some more. This land goes to about there. About that, and then on this side, bring this land down as well. To about there. And then another piece there. Can take this right off like that. So that's quite a good start. And then at the foreground, actually, we're going to have this dark here as well. Dark area. I'll leave that for now. Now what I'm going to do, like I said, I'm going to get some red and yellow and this purple again, even with that blue. It's going to make quite a dullish red, and I'm going to use that now for my background trees. Add a little bit of colour. It's a little bit too dark, really, but that's a good thing because I want it to be quite dark on these trees as well. So I'm going to use it on here as well. And also on this. Use that for some tree trunks, same colour. It'll kind of disappear a little bit anyway. think it's nice to experiment with colour sometimes, because we always me personally, I always tend to use the same colours a lot, and then which is useful, especially if you're doing plein air. When you're painting outside and you kind of get used to your palette, it's a good idea actually, but just pull some of that into the water. So that's, yeah. Pull some of this into the water as well. And this. Something like that. Now I can start adding a bit of light, so I'm going to get some yellow and red. And I can make myself a nice orange. And I'll start using this on these trees back here. A little bit of colour there, and then we'll do the same as we go forward a bit. And some more of the colour. It's a bit stronger. I've made it a bit stronger now, a bit more red. And we've got a tree sort of here. There's another one. Bit more light here. So what I might do is sort of create rounded strokes rather than just tap in. Some of these areas have a little bit more to them, a bit more yellow on it. You can create masses of colour. Bring that together there and then maybe there. I want to have some of this blue showing through because it looks quite good, but I don't want to. I'm trying to avoid that. I've said this before actually when I painted. sort of bittiness. You can get like a bittiness in your painting where you have a lot of areas. It doesn't matter how good you are at painting, it seems to happen to people. You do loads of little things and I don't know, it just can look really, just doesn't look right. Anyway, it's looking pretty good at the moment, isn't it? I'll have some of this on the ground as well, but I'm going to go with some green. Same sort of reddish colour in my green, and then bring some yellow in it. And then we should come up with something kind of harmonious with the colours anyway. I'll let some of that blue show through still. I don't want to cover all that up. It's quite nice. We can use some of that colour to go in the water. Have some on here as well. We can have some red and yellow on these trees, but I'm going to go as bright, I don't think. Keep these a little bit different, a bit redder, a bit darker. Gonna add a little bit of orangey in that colour. Oh, something I've forgotten to do is this background here. Just need to put a little bit of colour in there. Bit of colour in the water. So I like this reddish colour here. I'm going to put that in the water as well. And over this side, it's really quite dark, isn't it? So just have a little bit of that in there as well. Just run my finger across it. It looks alright, and now I'm going to get some more light. So get some of this white here, yellow, the red. Make a really light colour. Think about some of these areas that have got a bit of light hitting them. Can go for a bit more. Use this light orange. And create like different levels of areas on the tree that way. I might even use some of this light on this tree here. It's a bit dark, isn't it? So that one. That looks a bit better. Use a bit in the water again. maybe as well. We can do kind of a greeny, a bit of white, yellow, just a bit of the orangey colour, just to make a highlight for this as well. Maybe there's a highlight along here. I'll put that in, and then this can have a bit more light on it. Again, did you notice how that sort of went into singular shapes, and I had to like bring it together? Because that was that thing that I was on about, making it look bitty. I started doing it myself. Bit of light on here. Bringing that into the where the trees are, just so it doesn't separate too much. I just want that to blend in together. Well, that's looking quite good. Now what I want to do, I want some algae, some yellow. Well, not algae, duckweed growing on the water like this. Can put in some dark as well amongst it. Good old duckweed. I had that all over my pond actually. Back when I had a pond. A bit in there as well. Lovely duckweed. I can have some yellow on it. Okay, something like that. Have a bit of light hitting it using a bit of yellow and white. You can have a bit of light hitting that duckweed here and there. Something like that. And then got a few little branches in there. Could do more in here. There's actually some from when I painted them in earlier, so they look quite good actually. I think I need a bit more light on this side. I wanted it to be dark, but I think I needed just a bit. I can have it lighter than that side. I'm just thinking maybe the light has hit some of these areas. Along there. Some of this greeny stuff. I kind of want a dark area that goes there. And then I can add in a few of those. And I can add a bit of light. Anyway, that's correct. To stay a bit darker, the light's hitting this area. I could even go one bit lighter actually. With some yellow, red, and white. I can go into this really nice light. I can go a little bit lighter than what I've got on there. well. And then along there. A bit of light on there as well. Yeah, something like that. A nice different type of scene. And then in the foreground, I'm going to use a real dark and I'll put a bit of a log there. A few leaves and things. This area is quite dark. It's in the it's got a big tree over this side, so okay, something like that. Something like that, and then I'm going to use a little bit of the blue just to lighten that top there. And have a bit of it in the ground. Something like that, just a fun little scene, an autumn scene. Experimental and fun though. Had a lot of fun doing it. I kind of want to do a little bird in here, a little one there, another one there. There's a few there flying away. Yeah, so there we go, that's this one complete. Of course you can add all kinds of detail on your painting. So I think I'll call that one finished. So thanks very much for watching this one, and I'll see you at another one. Cheers, bye.